Welcome back, where we are discussing America's medicated kids. Lee, one baby born every hour in the United States are born with high fevers, vomiting, convulsing, sweating, uncontrollable cramping. Why? Because they're addicted to drugs. And the doctors have to treat the baby with another narcotic drug to help relieve the symptoms of the addiction, usually morphine, which is also addicting.
Yes.
So now the baby has a secondary addiction as well.
Wow, it's amazing to me that, you would think that for a parent or anyone to understand that if a aspirin can cause developmental problems within an unborn child, to just imagine what things potent like crack cocaine, marijuana, alcohol can do within that baby. And then you also are setting that child up for developmental problems, because they're giving them this situation that they're being put into without even having a choice for their life.
That's
because
right.
the child didn't ask,
No, they did not.
to
They're
come here
victims.
addicted to drugs.
It's
Yes.
criminal. Even just the name of the articles, Born to Suffer, Most Vulnerable Victims of America's Opiate Epidemic, and that's the
Yes.
thing I think we forget, is that the children, these infants are addicted to the drug, and they have to go through the same process that an adult would go through, and it wasn't even by their choice.
Not even by their
Oh my
choice.
goodness, it's criminal.
And many times, Trudy Simmons, many times, these babies do not go home with mama.
No.
Mama
Yeah.
don't get, baby can be taken from mama.
I knew of a very personal situation where the baby was taken from
That's
the
right.
mommy because of drugs.
You know
and,
firsthand.
And the baby is suffering, and she's a beautiful baby, but she has the side effects of a mommy who chose to do drugs and drink and all kinds of other things while the baby was in her womb. And so watching this little baby learn how to function on a regular basis, it's heartbreaking. And they don't ask to be born into this world, and we have to protect them.
But Scripture warns us that as times go on, we would fall prey to this, in the sense of, when we talk about it from a scriptural perspective, we're dealing with witchcraft.
Right.
But the word that's used is, of the whole pharmaceutical perspective.
Yes.
And so we're now putting all of the society and all these children under a witchcraft, which God said to us that we shouldn't do. And so now they're being, intoxicated with these things that are leading them in other ways, and now God can't be their God. And that's part of what's happening.
Yeah, and it almost makes sense from the first segment we just did, that if you're medicating a child by the time they're 2, what's going to stop them, that natural barrier to just experiment
already
with
have that
more
addictive
drugs?
gene.
Yeah,
They already
and
have it.
I think that's why it has quadrupled in the last 10 years.
One of the things that a baby needs the most is the nurture of a mother.
Yes.
And so there are all the physical ramifications of addiction, but then there's also that emotional, where the mother is not able to nurture herself, so she can't nurture her baby. And we saw that so many times as adopt-a-block pastors in Phoenix, Arizona, working in the inner city with heroin-addicted moms. And we saw babies that you would think you would see in the third world country, covered in flies. I had to go to my car and cry. It just broke me.
Oh, Lord have
And
mercy.
when a mother is that intoxicated
Right.
with drugs, they're not able to nurture
No,
and care
they're
for
not.
themselves, much less a baby.
Yeah.
I know when I used to work with DFACS years and years ago, they had a at the neonatal unit down at Grady. There were babies born, addicted to crack cocaine, and there was a woman who was a community activist. She had started a group where she brought in grannies to work and nurture with the babies, and they would sit and hold the babies and
that's
rock them,
good.
because it's like she's saying, it's just devastating to watch the child that's born addicted, the irritability. It's a different kind
They're
of cry.
inconsolable.
Yeah.
I saw
Trudy,
the
they are.
grannies that you're talking about.
And they're in pain.
They're in pain, and the volunteers, it just blessed my heart, would just rock diligently
Yes, they
those
would rock
babies,
them, yes.
and they are not consolable. And like you say, you can't nurture a baby that cannot be nurtured.
Yes.
And it's very sad. It's
There's a
tragic.
detox that has to happen, obviously, and by the grace of God, you have people that are willing to be patient enough to be the agent that pulls that out of them. But the reality is that these children come into the world and they need to be detoxed. They need to be able to come off of something that they didn't even put into themselves.
And you don't even want to talk about how much the hospital stay cost.
Oh, the whole
A baby
financial
born a normal
ramification.
birth versus a baby that's born addicted, Trudy.
No.
We're talking
amazing.
like $45,000, $50,000.
I know. It's sad. It's just sad to watch our little babies suffer for things that they didn't deserve to suffer from.
And that-
But then also the moms who are suffering too, who are on the addictions. You know, I speak to moms all the time. They're like, I don't know how to be a mom. I can't be a mom to this baby. You know, so their hearts are breaking too. And then, you know, that sends a spiral effect down for them. And so it's
So what's the answer?
Well, you know, when we worked in Adopt-A-Block, a lot of times people would say, this is really sad, but jail or prison is one of the best places for an addicted mom because they're able to, they can have the baby there, which is not a best case scenario. It's horrible. It's horrible to even think about. Then the baby is taken from them. We had one man who was with his newborn baby. All it had on was a diaper in the middle of January. He was walking up the street with it, and he said the mom's in prison and had the baby in prison. But at least the mother can get off of that addiction. You
A
know,
rehab program.
a rehab program, a halfway house situation, and then be able to reunite with the baby.
Well, one of the best cures, I think, would be prevention. If we can ante up our programs, even from the ministry side, from the church. I have the opportunity to work with, in Clayton County, where I live and work. I'm one of the chairs of the county's program for 24/7 dads, and we do a collaborative where we work with fathers and helping them how to be active in the child's life, because a lot of times we know that the mother issues that she has sometimes is presenting itself as a result of relationship issues she might have had with the father.
Let me ask you a question. I don't know this. If the mom is not an addict, but the dad is an addict, doesn't that baby carry the dad's blood?
Absolutely. The dads now can result in physical and mental impairment as well as deformities and retardation.
Oh my gosh.
From,
Oh
and the
Lord.
mother
That's
can
something
be
you don't hear much
completely
about.
clean. Yes.
Stay with
and
us.
he can be prosecuted.
Oh, stay with us. When we come back, we're going to be talking about immunizations and their side effects.
That's a lot.